A Buckingham Palace household member has apologized and resigned after she repeatedly asked a black charity boss where she was really from. I've interacted with the charity boss in question. It's a charity very, very dedicated to protecting black women. The plights of black women are often swept under the rug for a plethora of reasons, whether it's the masculinization of black women or the presumed strength of a black woman, which makes her more susceptible to mistreatment. So if you're a boss of a charity that tackles that, you are clued up on every microaggression, every surface and underneath the surface disrespect to black women possible. And to be clear, the situation weren't micro because it started with the palace aide moving her hair to reveal her name badge. So if there's one individual lady Susan Hussey didn't want to meet, it's Ngozi Fulani. She's not going to be agreeable because she's at the palace, because she's had to help black women who have been agreeable at work and suffered for it her whole career. She's not going to let the fact that it's an elderly white woman from another generation make her buckle in her resolve, because she's had to deal with the frustrations black women feel watching white women be treated more delicately whilst they are treated harshly her whole career. All those little things that make someone tuck in their blackness for the occasion will make her do nothing of the sort. Just to give some context as to what happened. As for the situation, not much to say, because these are the last gasps of breath of a system that's already flatlining. And I don't say that disrespectfully, I say that observantly. What happened is not news, it's blog news that will disappear tomorrow. There's nothing we could do to put any dent in the public perception of the monarchy. They have done that all on their own. They've wrecked themselves from the inside. 3 strikes. The first blow was Diana, and that was a heavy blow. She unearthed the potential corruption and stifling nature of that system for people around the world. The second blow was Andrew, whose actions and their defense of those actions sullied all their previous, perceived goodness and caused them to retreat back into their fortress, because public appearances, unless in the most royalist of places, become much more difficult and a daunting idea after him. The last blow, which I couldn't believe happened, was by Meghan and Harry. That was the end blow. They said one of them had concerns about the baby's colour and didn't say who, leaving every one of them to be open to speculation. I was shocked. Because not even because of what they said, not even because they were saying it, but because Harry in particular was saying it, because we don't have to care about these people, but this is his family. I wondered if he would regret his decision in hindsight, as the family emotional blackmail and manipulation would have hit the roof after that Oprah interview. You know how family is when you betray the status quo, but nah, he's actually accepting an award for the interview very soon if he hasn't already. So he's doubling down. Harry finished what his mother started and poked gigantic holes in their armour as a key eyewitness, and with the passing of the Queen, the only monarch some people still loved or could tolerate, we are watching the slow end. It will be slow, but it's a wrap. So to put it colloquially, we know what them man are on, and it is what it is. I used to work at Londis, and people in the building used to send emails and complain that I didn't smile and wasn't pleasant. A lot of them DM me now saying they can't believe when they see me busting jokes online. Truth is, I was very distracted at the time, thinking about and chasing my dreams. In the industry I'm in now, I still have to master working a room and speaking to people courteously and trying not to offend. And it's tough because sometimes you put your foot in it. The thing is, at Londis, people always got their items. But when you have a public-facing job, knowing how to deal with people comes with the territory. Now, it would seem to me that if the epicenter of your job revolves around being known, revolves around, apparently being a representative of this country, that you should know how to deal with people, that your mission first and foremost should be to not offend, instead of it being to get the answer to the question, where are you from? And this is the issue with much of the monarchy. They represent what the country used to want, and some still do, which is having someone above them that they can worship. You can demand an answer to your question in a world where I recognize you as above me, and so I must indulge. But what if I don't see you as above me? What if, even worse, I think you need me because your institution is accused of racism from so many angles, historically and even from within your own ranks today? What if I pull up feeling like the only reason you have me here is because you need the photo op and the good PR? What if I'm not sure I'm in your presence because of my accomplishments, and more so because it will make you look good to stand beside someone of my pigment and background, and then you take the conversation and make it about my heritage, fanning the fires of the flames of the fears that I already had? A lot of people are saying, why didn't Ngozi Fulani just answer the question? I would have straight away, and I probably would have thought nothing of the interaction, and yet I can objectively understand that even though I would have answered, if I so choose to not answer, I would like to know that I wouldn't be met with repeat pressing, because I reserve the right to not answer whether someone wants to view that as annoying or extra. I reserve the right, but you don't have a right, especially in your position where it is you hosting me, to barrage me with questions I clearly don't want to answer. You are the one who has the impetus to ensure that this interaction ends positively because you've invited me here. You should feel my discomfort and back off and apologize if the question offends me, because your job is to deal with people and I am people. but you assumed I would just be gassed to be in the room. But being in the room doesn't represent what you think it does. Even for those that did find being in your presence remarkable, it's a lot less remarkable than it used to be. So no, it's not the end of the world what happened between Ngozi Fulani and Lady Susan Hussey, but I do believe Ngozi has reason to be annoyed, having exercised her right to answer as she sees fit, because she did give an answer, in fact several answers. And I also do believe that Lady Susan passed their place. Peace.